who live at the edge of society, performing rituals that challenge every norm. They're often painted as fierce, mysterious, and even dangerous. Their practices, living in cremation grounds, using human skulls, eating human flesh, are enough to send a chill down anyone's spine. They are known as the Aghoris. When we think of the Aghoris, we picture them as outcasts, engaging in rituals that defy every concept of purity and decency. But what if everything that you know about them is just a surface level impression? What if the truth is far more complex than we imagine? Let's take a deeper look at some lesser known facts about the Aghoris, facts that shed light on their philosophy, their origins, and the controversial practices that define them. The story of the Aghoris begins with Baba Kinaram, a figure who lived in the 17th century. He is believed to have been the founder of the Aghori sect. Born in 1658, Baba Kinaram was known for his deep spiritual practices and his extraordinary beliefs. Some say he lived for over 150 years, a lifespan marked by miracles and mystical events. Baba Kinaram's teachings, written in texts like Vivek Sara and Ram Gita, outlined a path that would come to define the Aghori tradition. It's a path where the usual distinctions between purity and impurity, good and evil, do not apply. For the Aghoris, these are mere illusions to be transcended. One of the most striking symbols of the Aghori tradition is the human skull. While they may see it as a macabre or unsettling object, to the Aghoris the skull is far more than just that. It is a representation of the impermanence of life. It serves as a tool for spiritual transformation, reminding them that death is just another part of the divine cycle. Aghoris are also known for engaging in practices that many would find shocking, like consuming human flesh. But it's important to understand that they do not kill for this. The flesh that they consume comes from bodies that are already cremated, and they see it as a part of a radical spiritual practice that transcends societal norms. By doing this, they seek to challenge the boundaries between life and death, purity and impurity. But Aghoris are deeply spiritual and often seek to heal others. Many Aghoris have a reputation for their knowledge of herbal medicine, mantras, and healing rituals. Despite their unconventional practices, their approach to life is rooted in a profound quest for self-realization. Their devotion to Lord Shiva, the god of destruction and transformation, is central to their philosophy. They believe that by embracing the forces of destruction, they can achieve spiritual liberation, freeing themselves from the cycle of birth and death. In the Aghori view, the divine exists in everything, even in what society considers impure. Living near cremation grounds may seem strange to many, but for the Aghoris, these places are sacred. They're seen as spaces that confront the reality of death, a reality that many try to avoid or deny. For the Aghoris, embracing this reality is a way of breaking free from the fear and attachment that bind us all to the material world. The Aghori way is not for the faint of heart, and their practices are certainly not for everyone. But their journey, a quest for liberation, transcending the ordinary and the extraordinary alike, is one that challenges our understanding of spirituality, life, and death. Until next time, stay tuned to India Today Global.